Well, if you look at the growth of our telecom sector, mobile telephony has been critical. In fact, it is because of cell phones that we were able to leapfrog a stage of development. And from about 30 million lines, 30 million telephones in 2000, we could reach a figure of 1 billion last year. So this has been a huge leap, and most of it is because of mobile. Going ahead, in the Digital India program, there is a need for high-speed broadband connectivity. And of our broadband users, almost 90% are mobile broadband. So that is the way the growth will take place. Most people will access high-speed broadband, digital services, e-commerce, e-governance applications on their mobile phones, all of which requires mobile communication of a very high order to provide reliable and high-speed connectivity.
Certain people are propagating because they have heard from somewhere that mobile tower radiation is hazardous and causes cancer. None of the scientific studies, according to WHO or IARC or any international organization, have proven the hazardous effect of mobile tower radiation as of today, that is 2016. One should not be afraid, even the children, growing children, pregnant mothers, living nearby, one should not be afraid that they can cause any cancer or any other health hazard to any of the individual.
The radiation which they are essentially talking about, this is not a radiation, these are essentially radio waves. It's a very weak electromagnetic waves which are essentially unable to cause any kind of disruption in any other form of life. So therefore, to call these radiation will not be correct. They are at the best the radio waves or a very weak kind of emission.
If you are dependent on the cellular network for your communication needs, obviously you need towers. We have something like 500,000 towers in the country, and because of this, we've got the mobile footprint over 90% of our population, and this has to grow. If you do not have a mobile tower, there is no way you can get connectivity. I mean, to seek 24/7 connectivity, high-speed broadband in every room, in every house, and at the same time to say that there should be no mobile towers in residential colonies, this is not going to happen. It's a contradiction in terms. We are clear in government that mobile broadband will have to be ubiquitous very soon to fulfill the vision of Digital India. And for that, we will need increasingly large number of towers. Towers in government buildings, towers in residential areas, towers all over the place.
Radiation is of two types. One is a radiation which is an ionizing radiation, which means it can split an atom so that an electron is thrown out of that. It is so powerful. And the other radiation or the radio waves are of the non-ionizing type. Now, for something to be ionizing, it has to be extremely powerful.
Mobile tower radiation are non-ionizing, low frequency radiation, and they do not cause any harmful effects like cancer.
Now, everyday life, we have, let's say, radiation coming out of the microwave oven. We have radiation coming out of television sets. We have radiation coming out of light per se. We have radiation from the overhead electrical towers. And these radiations are, many, many times more powerful than the radiation which comes out of towers.
Incidentally, our India, is a country where we are propagating 10 times less radiation model than the world. So we are much safer in India than in other countries. There are 25,000, more than 25,000 studies going across the world. And these are, according to WHO, none of them have proven so far that non-ionizing radiation, especially the mobile tower radiation, has caused cancer in any of the individuals.
Even in India, a number of cases where activists and others have gone to court seeking that mobile towers be shut down on account of the fact, on basis of the allegation that they emit radiations which is harmful for human health. And there are 16 judgments of different high courts in India in the last few years. Each and every one has come to the conclusion that mobile tower radiations do not harm human health. So there should be no apprehension that mobile towers cannot be located near schools or near hospitals or anywhere. We are absolutely clear that the health of each and every citizen is of utmost importance to us, and we are committed to protect it. Whether it's near schools, whether it's in hospitals, why only there? Whether it's slums, whether it's distant areas, whether it's remote locations, whether it's common business district, everywhere we are clear that a person living in these areas or working in these areas should be protected from mobile radiations. And our norms, which are, as I mentioned, 10 times stricter than international norms, will ensure that this happens. Every time you speak on the mobile phone, every time you are in the footprint of a mobile tower, you can be absolutely assured that you are not at risk, any kind of health risk.